Are you feeling overwhelmed by the complexities of modern life? In the current age, the quest for happiness, success, and validation has become an exhaustive chase, often leaving us with the sense of an elusive goal, always just out of reach. But what if we suggested that the solution to this convoluted puzzle isn't about altering your surroundings or changing your physical circumstances, but about shifting the perspective of your mind? We offer you a warm welcome. Our aim is to elucidate the profound wisdom encapsulated within Stoicism. We seek to reveal how it can revolutionize your perspective towards the hurdles and challenges life presents. This journey is about more than just self-improvement, it's about self-discovery. It's about understanding the true essence of life's challenges and comprehending the transformative power of a well-adjusted mindset. We invite you to fasten the metaphorical seatbelts of your mind, open your hearts to new wisdom, and together, let's set sail on this enlightening expedition. An expedition that promises not just knowledge, but the promise of newfound outlook towards life. Our first stop? The realm of finance. Our first stop is the realm of finance. Home to stock markets, savings accounts, and the complex world of investments, finance is a domain that can consume and overwhelm even strongest of minds. In this intricate web of numbers and decisions, anxiety often prevails. After all, we live in a society where financial stability is of paramount importance, where livelihoods and futures are intertwined with the fluctuating values of and stocks. Financial worries are real, omnipresent, and can be all-consuming. They can eclipse every other aspect of life, casting a long, ominous shadow of doubt and insecurity. However, in the midst of this chaos, there was a philosophical school of thought that offered a radical approach to handling such concerns. The Stoics, philosophers from ancient Greece and Rome, believed in apatheia, a Greek term that translates to freedom from passion. Now, one must not misunderstand apatheia as a call to become devoid of emotions. It isn't about transforming into robots or mechanically moving through life. Instead, it is about learning to control our emotions, to not let them become the puppeteer of our actions. When we apply this philosophy to finance, it means not allowing our financial situation to take the reins of our emotions or to dictate our decisions. It's about not letting the size of our bank account control our happiness or our sense of worth. It means detaching our emotional well-being from our financial status. Instead of chasing wealth, the Stoics urged us contentment in simplicity, in the small pleasures of life, and in the immense freedom that it brings. The freedom from unnecessary desires, from the constant comparisons, and the freedom to live life on our own terms. Instead, find contentment in simplicity and the freedom it brings. Moving on, we stumble upon the Labyrinth of Relationships, a complex maze filled with numerous emotions and intricate connections. However, the main issue we confront? We often hinge our happiness on others, allowing their actions to deeply influence our emotional well-being. Our joy, our sadness, our anger, our love, all of them seem intrinsically tied to the behaviors of others, which is a problematic perspective. We control of our happiness, and our peace of mind becomes a puppet to the whims and fancies of others. It is a tricky situation, which most of us find ourselves in, without any idea of how to navigate our way out. But what if we told you that there is a solution to this dilemma? A philosophical, if you will? This is where Stoicism comes into play, an ancient school of philosophy that provides a framework for dealing with these complex emotional interweavings. Stoicism offers an antidote through the principle of amor fati, a Latin phrase that translates to love of fate. This principle urges us to accept people for who they are, understanding that we can't change them, can't mold them as per our desires or expectations. What we can change, however, are our reactions to them. Instead of reacting with anger or sadness, we can choose to respond with understanding and acceptance. Amor fati urges us to love fate, to cherish and appreciate the unpredictable nature of life. By loving fate, you cherish the people in your life without letting their actions control your peace of mind. Next, we encounter the mountain of personal success. This mountain, often perceived as daunting, manifests itself in different forms for everyone. For some, it's a towering peak shrouded in clouds. For others, it's a continuous uphill hike with no end in sight. As we journey through life, we often find ourselves standing at the foot of this intimidating mountain. Its height can seem insurmountable, especially when we find ourselves trapped in the toxic loop of comparing our progress to others. But what if there's a different perspective we could adopt? What if we had a compass guiding us through this seemingly endless climb? Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, provides us with this compass. It offers an answer in the form of eudaimonia. A Greek term for happiness or welfare, eudaimonia encourages us to redirect the focus from the daunting mountain of success to the self. Stoicism promotes pursuit of virtue, the cultivation of character, and the nurturing of personal growth. It's about developing resilience, patience, wisdom, and courage. It's about becoming the best version of yourself, regardless of how high the mountain seems. It's about understanding that our worth isn't defined by the height of our climb, but by the integrity of our journey. In this, success becomes a byproduct of self-improvement and self-growth. It's no longer the ultimate goal we strive to reach, but a natural result of our continuous efforts to better ourselves. We no longer strive for success, we strive for growth and improvement, and success naturally follows. Success then becomes a byproduct of this self-improvement, not the goal itself. At the midpoint of our journey, we grapple with the beast of fear. This fear often arrives in varying shades and intensities, disrupting the peaceful equilibrium of our lives. Whether it's the fear of change, a deeply embedded trait, or the fear of failure, a relentless specter haunting our desire for these fears tend to paralyze us. Unexpected transitions and uncertainties bring another layer of fear, the fear of the unknown. It looms like a giant shadow, constantly reminding us of the unpredictability of life. But it's crucial to remember that fear is not our enemy. It's a natural response to potential threats, hardwired into our survival instincts. In the face of these formidable fears, we turn to Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that holds answers to contemporary dilemmas. Stoicism offers us prosauche, the of attention. This discipline is not about ignoring our fear, rather it's about acknowledging it and choosing to focus on the present moment. Prosauche is about discerning what's within our control and what's not. It encourages us to invest our energy wisely in actions and attitudes that we can influence. This way, we can transform fear from a debilitating monster into a navigational tool. By focusing on the present moment and what's within our control, we can tame fear and navigate life with serenity. Our fifth challenge is dealing with failure. This is an integral part of our journey, a stepping stone that crafts us into stronger, more resilient individuals. The ancient philosophy of Stoicism presents a profound concept known as premeditatio malorum, which translates into the premeditation of evils. This might appear as a somewhat gloomy or negative perspective, but it's essential to clarify that this is far from being an endorsement of pessimism. Rather, it's about mental preparedness, about forming a robust psychological foundation that allows us to face potential setbacks, interruptions, and failures. A practice that encourages us to venture into our fears and anxieties and confront them head-on. It's about creating an in-depth understanding of our vulnerabilities and accepting them as inevitable fragments of our existence. In this embracing of adversity, we learn to anticipate the hurdles and bumps that might cross our paths. We learn to see them not as the end of the road, bends and turns that shape our journey. This acceptance is not an admission of weakness, but rather a testament to our strength and adaptability. It's about transforming our perspective on failure and seeing it as a teacher rather than a tormentor. When we wholeheartedly anticipate and accept that failure is an inherent part of life, it loses its power over us. This shift in perspective can lead us to a path of resilience, strength, and ultimately success. As we near the end of our journey, we face the mirage of external validation. We often seek approval from others, forgetting our self-worth. Stoicism gives us oikeiosis, the realization of self-value. Understanding that our worth comes from within liberates us from the need for external validation. Finally, we reach the finish line, where we confront the illusion of perpetual happiness. We often chase an impossible ideal of constant joy. Stoicism, however, introduces us to ataraxia, tranquility. It reminds us that life is a mix of joy and sorrow, and that peace comes from accepting this balance. And so, we've journeyed through the 7 Stoic principles that can transform our approach to life's challenges. We've learned to find contentment in simplicity, to accept others as they are, to focus on personal growth, to live in the present, to prepare for setbacks, to value ourselves, and to seek tranquility over constant joy. Remember, this isn't a one-time journey but a continual path of self-improvement. The Stoics believed that life's greatest journey is the one within ourselves. So as you step forward from here, may you carry these Stoic principles as your guide, and find the strength to conquer your challenges with wisdom, courage, and serenity.